Come back to the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So now what they're doing is messing with my Facebook news feed. A few days ago, about a week ago, actually, one of my Facebook friends posted a post that says the people who don't believe in karma is the one that know that they're going to get it or something like that. And I'm like, if a person don't believe in karma, how they know they're going to get you know what I'm saying? But then I had to correct it and I said, you know what, the people who believe in karma are the ones who are doing the bad thing. Not the bad things, not expecting them to receive any karma. And again, as I walk by, see the garage door, because of course I got these two white, what is a Hispanic woman or a white woman? They look white Hispanic, that little girl. Anyhow, and so what that plays into, again, I'm going to talk about this. So I told my daughter that, I have a computer that I can give to her so I can have her donate to one of her classmates, right? So one of her classmates is a little Hispanic girl. She has the same name. And then there's another girl in her classmate who was a little black girl, right? So, listen to this. She's like, I'm gonna pick up my daughter. She's like, Daddy, I spoke to such and such, and she said she only plays Roblox on her tablet. I said to her, listen, if you want one of your classmates, if you don't have a computer, I said you can donate the computer to them, and that way you guys can play together on the weekend. If I can't play with you or what have you, right? So of course, but I want you to understand how they work to manipulate things, right? Again, trying to cast a negative narrative on you, right? So, I was on the bus. As I was getting on the bus today, there was this white guy. All the white men that come on the bus, I got on the bus. A black woman got up. Got him and gave me the seat in front of the bus. And then another black woman comes in, and all of a sudden the white man gets up and he gives her his seat. Or before all of that, there was an old lady coming out off the bus where she was using a walker. He's like, I noticed how he's like rushing, all of a sudden he's like helping her, right? Okay. So I want you to understand what they do, how they send white people in our community, particularly white men. It could be young or old. Because I always talk about when I get on the bus how these men, particularly black men, will just jump in front of black women to get on the bus. Okay? And so what do you think will happen if, you start to see these white men in our community, especially at the bus stop and they're in the bus and they're getting up to give black women their seat, whereas the black men are sitting down. Right? The bodily able black men are sitting down and, and such. And like I told you guys, they're constantly doing social experiments on us. They're constantly doing things to manipulate our perception of who they are, right? When we know who they are. All right? Don't look at how, because they send them in the community to, try to manipulate our women. Right? But look at what they do on a systematic level, on a structural level, okay? Look at what they do, look at what they are engaging in, right? So anyhow, they were, again, especially with my daughter, in terms of having, I said to her, did you speak to the other girl? No, she did not. I said, why not? She doesn't know. So it's a narrative that they want to set forth. It's a narrative that they want to set forth, right? In terms of how they and I would come up with this new term, how they micro manipulate us, right? Micro manipulation, all right? And so, they try to pigeonhole you. All right, or they're constantly trying to create this negative narrative, right? But it's all manipulation. It is all manipulation, and we got to understand what it is, right? It is all manipulation, right? And we have to be smarter. We have to be more critical, more meticulous, more military-wise a way of thinking and acting, behaving, right? Because they are constantly moving pieces in the shadows. They are constantly putting pieces on the board in the in the shadows, constantly, right? And using our very own people, particularly me as a black person, using other black people, right? If you're a TI, you're white or have you, or Hispanic, talk about what they do in your community, within your family, how they try to manipulate you, right? How they engage in psychological manipulation, how they engage in drugging you, right? How they engage in covert operation against you, so that you won't even know, and therefore they can remain in the shadows and not be held accountable. Where am I going? I'm just talking here. Not be held accountable for the shit that they do, because it's all going to fall on the victim, right? And they get away with it scot-free, right? So I was watching a video of there was a New York judge, right? She was one of the first first black New York State Supreme Court judge. Okay, and then they found her body in the Hudson River, right? And if you go and read the initial reports, even in the news, they said that she committed suicide, and her family had a history of mental illness, which is a lie. Like I said, psychiatry is a tool used to discredit us. Psychiatry is a tool that they use to get away with killing us and incarcerating us, institutionalizing us. Okay? And we know that they play us against each other. We know that, right? For Malcolm X, the assassination of Malcolm X, the assassination of Martin Luther King, right? With Malcolm X using a black police officer, a Sambo, to engage in infiltration. This is what they do. And there will always be those among us within the black community and within the Hispanic community, right, who love whiteness more than anything else and want to be part of their system, though they never will be. And so they are willing to throw us under the bus. They're willing to manipulate, frame us, do all of this stuff for their own interests, for their own self-interest. And they're no different from these white racist officers. They are no different. And you got to treat them as such. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.